And welcome inside the Clark Athletic Center, the campus of UMass Boston. Today we have the Little East Conference season opener for men's college basketball. It's a matchup between the UMass Boston Beacons versus the Eastern Connecticut State University Warriors. This is Sal Lopez in the call today in the Beacons Broadcast Network alongside Max Clifford. Glad to have you guys in the broadcast. Right to left on the floor for the visiting Eastern Connecticut State University Warriors. They have the dark blue uniforms, white numbers, white letters. UMass Boston home white uniforms with a turquoise blue numbers, blue letters for this matchup. The Beacons going left to right as UMass Boston controls the opening tip. Game number 2 of today's doubleheader here on the campus of UMass Boston. Emmanuel Zayas, the point guard this season for UMB, averaging just under 4 assists per game. That's good for top 5 in the LEC. Missed 3, hit rim short by Mariano Oliveira Rodriguez. First possession now for Eastern Connecticut State. They come into the game record of 2-5 overall this season. 0-3 on the road, looking for their first road victory this season, coming off 3 straight losses in a row. Last game they lost close by 2 on Wednesday against Farmingdale State College. UMass Boston 3-2 overall record, 1-1 in their home floor here at the Clark Athletic Center. Winners of their past 2 matchups. Huge block at the rim by UMass Boston. Second chance though, as they will draw a foul for EastCon, heading to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Malik Lorquette getting started early. This program's all-time leader in blocks. He is the longest player out there for the Beacons, and he defends the rim like no other. Expect to see him make a big impact near the rim on offense and defense today.
Both of these players led by stars. Lorquette averaging a double-double of 15.6 points per game, 12.2 rebounds per game. That is good for top 3 in the Little East Conference. Also 10th in the nation in rebounds per game for Malik Lorquette. Got 4 double-doubles in the season, currently top 12 in the nation in double-doubles. Both of the free throws are good by EastCon. That's number 12, Quentin Lott. The Warriors led by number 1, their top scorer, Jalen Williams, the senior from Simsbury, Connecticut. A 2022 Little East second team selection, averaging above 37 minutes per game this season. Good for 3rd in the Little East and most minutes played. That's a 3 from the outside. Emmanuel Zayas drills it for the sophomore from Hollywood, Florida.
A big triple from a guy who is a big-time distributor for this team, but he hits a big shot to get him started early, and they want that 3 to start falling quickly.
Out to the corner, Williams takes a 3, missed off the rim. Rebound goes right back to Tyrese Woods. Out to Williams. Drives baseline on Oliver Rodriguez, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by the Beacons.
Good contest there by the Beaks. You want to keep that guy away from the rim. He is an incredible scorer for the Warriors.
Williams averaging 20.7 points per game. That's currently 4th in the conference.
Malik giving a little look to the camera down at the end. He's an expert on this Clark Athletic Center. He's played so many games here, and he has been excellent throughout his career.
2 free throws now at the line for Malik Lorquette, the senior forward from Sharon, Massachusetts. What you said earlier, career record he holds for most blocks. Came into today with 180 blocks. That is the most in program history at UMass Boston. First free throw missed.
Malik is going to be your impact player every time this squad steps on the court. There's really no debate about 21 is the guy that you're going to look for down low. They do have some younger guys, some guards that are going to have some excellent play that I'm sure we'll talk about, but the center is the man to look out for.
Second one missed, rim short. He has struggled at the free throw line this season, just only 51.6% at the charity stripe for Lorquette, but a lot of the other categories, points, rebounds, double-doubles, he ranks at least top 10 in the conference in all those blocks. 3-2, Beacons with the basketball. Xavier McKenzie having a great first season, rises for the jumper, missed rim short. Far side of the floor, rebound controlled, Jalen Williams, nice shovel underneath as we got a foul. And 2 free throws heading to the line for Quentin Lott.
A little aggressive on the contest there from the Beacons, but they're lucky that the shot didn't go in. It's just going to be 2 shots, no opportunity for a 3-point play.
Lott, the senior from Bridgeport, Connecticut. 2 double-doubles in the season with 18 and 10 against Anna Maria back on November 11th, 17 and 11 against Trinity College of Connecticut on November 22nd. A transfer familiar to the Little East Conference, a transfer from Keene State College.
A conference rich with talent and basketball for both men's and women's basketball. We saw a great matchup earlier today between the same schools on the women's side. So it's not going to be an easy go of it in conference play for the Beacons, but they're getting hot at the right time. They started off a little slow earlier this season, but they're winning games and they're scoring a lot of points doing it.
Going up against a really good Eastern Connecticut State team that their record doesn't speak for themselves. They've also, same as the women's team, played a incredibly tough schedule. They're projected to finish second place in the Little East Conference preseason poll. UMass Boston in the preseason projected in 6th place in the conference.
Opportunity for a statement win here from the Beaks. If they can take care of business against the Warriors, then they become a real threat to win the conference as well.
Ikalua, number 5, out to McKenzie for the 3. Missed off the rim. A rebound control by Tyrese Woods of EastCon.
It's taking a little bit too much time. They want to get a shot off quicker than that. They almost found the end of the shot clock there.
Jalen Williams, spin move, jumper for the mid-range. Missed off the front rim. A rebound control by Zayas of the Beacons.
Zayas, shortest guy out there, grabbing that rebound like a champ.
McKenzie, lob down low. Lorquette double teams. Tried to keep it alive, but we actually have this ball gonna stay UMass Boston. So it'll stay Beacons basketball off the inbound. Lorquette gets it. Lorquette backing his way in the post. Oh, nice dump ball for the bucket. That's good by Ikalua, a sophomore from Princeton, New Jersey.
Very convenient for the Beaks that stripped ball went right from the hands of Lorquette to the hands of Alua.
Max Lee brings it up the floor, number 32 for the senior from Norwich, Connecticut. Averaging 5.8 assists per game. That is currently top in the conference. Missed 3 by Williams. Second chance. Altered by the Beacons. Not going to result in a clean block. It will be 2 shots at the line coming up for Lott.
Beacons not happy with that one, but they turned away quite a few shots on that possession before the whistle was finally blown. They're not the longest, they're not the tallest team that you're going to see in this conference, but they get a lot of block shots and they're a big presence down in the post.
Second time today at the free throw line for Quentin Lott. All-time series. This is the 82nd meeting between these two programs where Eastern Connecticut State has dominated this series. 59 victories, 22 losses dating back to 1984. At one point, EastCon won 23 straight meetings in the entire 2010s decade from 2010 to 2019. Though lately, though, it's been much more even. The Beacons have won the past 3 of 5 meetings dating back to 2020. Past 5 meetings also have been extremely close between these two teams, ending up in single digits. Last year, these two teams met twice. UMass Boston won the first matchup in the regular season, 62-54, back on January 22nd. They played a month later on February 22nd in the Little East Conference Tournament quarterfinals. As that 3 will drop by Emmanuel Zayas as he drills the triple.
Manny Zayas hot from 3 early. That's what you want to see from your point guard. He's not just a passer, he's a shooter as well.
76-74, the last time that these two teams met up. There's a steal by Ikalua. They got numbers 3-on-1. Huge block from behind by Jalen Williams as he shows his athleticism on the block.
He soared through the air to slap that one away. I was going to say some excellent passing to set up the shot, but it really didn't matter because Jalen Williams was there to swat it away.
Got some great plays so far in this game. We're going to take the first time out of the game right now. 8-5, UMass Boston leads in the conference season opener against Eastern Connecticut State with 15:35 remaining in the first half. We'll be back in a few on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Welcome back inside the Clark Athletic Center in the campus of UMass Boston. The Little East Conference opener we have between UMass Boston and Eastern Connecticut State. Back from the timeout, the Beacons will get the inbounds. So it goes to Malik Lorquette, the player to watch today, in white and turquoise, number 21 for UMB. Able to score the bucket inside the low post. His defender just hit the deck with no call on the floors. The Beacons doubling the Warriors now 10-5.
Malik is a veteran down in the post. He knows how to back a guy down without drawing a foul, and he set himself up perfectly for that roll-in.
Deep range three, missed off the back rim by Williams with a rebound collected by Bobby Joy. Bobby Joy, the sixth man of this team this season, averaging 12 points per game from the bench as he is shooting a high clip from the perimeter, 10 of 18 from three. That's a three that time by Ike Alua, the sophomore from Princeton, New Jersey.
Alua making an impact early, and that three ball is falling, which is excellent news for the Beacons. When they're shooting the three well, things go well for them. They're going to put up a lot of points if they can keep those three-pointers falling.
Dow, bounce pass, underneath, Lots, called in the travel. Turnover by EastCon. UMass Boston led by their head coach Jason Harris in his 8th season, as he has taken the Beacons to the Little East Conference tournament during every season and has advanced to the conference tournament semifinals 3 times in the LEC. His best record of 16-11 twice in 2018 and 2020. As we have a timeout taken on the floor. 14:36 left to go in the first half as UMass Boston out to a strong start. They lead up by 8, 13-5 against Eastern Connecticut State. As we'll be back in a few on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Strong start here by UMass Boston right out of the get-go in this game, and getting everybody involved as well. Emmanuel Zayas with a strong start. Malik Lorquette. Ike Alua with a big three before the timeout. Bobby Joy brings up the floors. He's averaging 12 points per game from the bench, 4 games this season, scoring in double figures, shooting 55.6% from three-point range as a 6th man on the team.
Yeah, I tell you, if Malik Lorquette is the player to watch, Bobby Joy is the guy to find out about today. Number 0 is excellent anywhere he shoots from. He's hitting over 50% of his field goals as well as over 50% of his three-pointers, which is an excellent clip from both ends. And he's hitting over 90% of his free throws. So when 0 has the ball in his hands, he's finding that net, and he's doing it at an incredible clip.
First free throw good by Mariano Oliver Rodriguez. Second one, bounced off the rim, a rebound controlled by Dow, and it will be possession arrow Eastern Connecticut. Max Lee, the senior from Norwich, Connecticut, takes up the floor for EastCon. Off to Tyrese Woods. Woods defended on the outside by Oliver Rodriguez. Takes it into the post and he scores. Nifty move right there to the cup by Tyrese Woods, the senior from Hartford, Connecticut.
That was an impressive double clutch by Woods on the layup there.
3 transfers on EastCon. Tyrese Woods is one of them as he comes from Nichols College. Strong program out in the CCC for men's basketball. Jalen Williams, a transfer from Pine Manor College. Quinton Lott, a transfer from Keene State in the Little East.
The X Factor, Xavier McKenzie getting a bucket on that drive. As a freshman, he's making a huge impact, helping this team to win the short winning streak that they're on right now.
Averaging about 14 points per game in his first season for McKenzie as the rebound gets collected by Burris. Joy takes it up the floor. Joy drives, kick out to the corner. Oliver Rodriguez, deep 2 jumper. Skipped around the rim and out. Rebound controlled by Dominic Dow. Down his first season from Terryville, Connecticut. So we'll go out of bounds. It will stay Warriors basketball.
The Warriors will keep the ball, but it was a big play by Malik Larquette to knock that away, as if it had gotten to the player it was intended to go to, he would have had a wide open layup. So good awareness from Malik Larquette on the defense there.
Bill Geithner in his 21st season as the head coach. Open pass off the inbound underneath, but could not buy a bucket there for EastCon. That was a efficient look that they got and couldn't send it down. Runner, that drops by McKenzie for 2. What a start here for the Beacons.
A nice little floater from McKenzie. That is exactly what the Beacons want to see. He's efficient when he's driving to the hoop.
Rakesh Tibby, number 25, first time into the game today, as that shot will not go off the runner by Woods. And here it goes back to the Beacons, looking to extend the lead for UMass Boston. McKenzie on the outside, switched as he's guarded by Jalen Williams. McKenzie drives, the floater off the rim, offensive rebound, keeps it alive.
Nice
3
play.
in the air, missed off the rim, short by Burris, and it goes back to the Warriors.
The rebound into the pass by Olivia Rodriguez was excellent.
Williams with a deep 2. Missed off the back rim, and the rebound goes right back to the Beacons with Bobby Joy. Oliver Rodriguez goes out to the wing now to McKenzie. 12 on the shot clock. McKenzie off the crossover. Straightaway 3, Joy, sharpshooter, couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound as we have a fall from behind underneath. The clock will stop at 11:37. Couple big offensive rebounding opportunities as of late for UMass Boston to keep their possessions alive. As we will take another timeout right now on the floor. 11:37 left to go first half, 18-7. UMass Boston leads against Eastern Connecticut State in the conference season opener of Little East Conference play. And we'll be back in a few moments here at the Clark Athletic Center. Strong start here for the Beacons as they lead at home 18-7 against Eastern Connecticut State coming out of the timeouts. UMass Boston coming off a victory on the road on Wednesday night against Riviera University out in Nashua, New Hampshire, 81-64. Plus 6 points in the paint that game, 32-26 for the Beacons. They were plus 10 defensive rebounds, 31-21, and shot their best game of the season, an efficient 34.5% from the floor. First free throw back from the timeout is good by Mariano Oliver Rodriguez, the senior from Somerville, Massachusetts. He had a career high 11 points against Colby Sawyer back on November 22nd. Second one missed off the rim, rebound controlled by Dow. Eastern Connecticut State coming off a loss against Farmingdale State at home by 2, 76-74 on Wednesday. Farmingdale State with a record of 5-1, off to a cut, scoring the layup, as that is Dominic Dow, the first-year player from Terryville, Connecticut.
A nice little give and go from the Warriors guards there. Dominic Dow, the second leading scorer on this team, and that was an excellent drive to the rim.
McKenzie on the outside, defended at the corner. Looks like it's going to go back to, it's going to go to the free throw line here for Eastern Connecticut.
We gave Xavier McKenzie a tech for trying to draw a foul with a little head bob there. Ref was not a fan of that one.
Free throw missed off the back rim by Thomas Close, number 10 for East Con, and that was his first free throw of the season.
Bit of an unusual play there. We'll get back
Yeah.
into the possession for the Beacons.
Interesting.
No harm, no foul for the Beacons. Might be a ball don't lie moment. They gave him attack, but missed the free throw. So ball back to the Beacons.
5 of 9 points so far coming at the free throw line by East Con. They are struggling to make their shots, just 14% from the floor. UMass Boston at 46.7%. That three gets forced up by Zayas, hits rim short.
Don't think Zayas really wanted that shot, but 1 second to play on the shot clock. You got to do something. Ooh!
Huge rejection by the block leader in program history, Malik Lorquette. Here they go running the floor. Layup's good on the opposite end by Xavier McKenzie.
From experience to youth, Malik Lorquette with a huge block.
And
Xavier McKenzie with a nice layup on the other end.
They got numbers, a 4-on-2. Right to the rim, they do it again, up and through. On the fast break, they deliver for the Beacons.
All the momentum for the Beacons here, up 23-9, and there'll be a timeout for the Warriors. They are not happy with what they're seeing. A lot of fast play from the Beacons right now.
4 straight points in a row off the fast break by UMass Boston, set up by the defense. Both of the times, the big block by Malik Lorquette, and then the steal by Lorquette, setting up the 4-on-2 transitional bucket by Mariano Oliver Rodriguez. We take the timeout on the floor right now. It's 23-9, UMass Boston with a strong start, almost midway through the first half, as we'll be back in a few moments in the Beacons Broadcast Network. All right, so we come back, quick timeout as we keep it here. 10:18 remaining in the first.
They definitely wanted to interrupt that momentum a little bit. Didn't have a long talk during that timeout, but definitely wanted to change the pace of this game.
Max Lee in the perimeter. Off to Dominic Dow. He'll try down low with Lott. Out to Lee, corner 3. He gets one.
That's big. One of the best distributors in the conference, hitting a corner 3. That's a big momentum shift for the Warriors coming out of that timeout.
We'll see if he can start to get something in the scoring column today for Lee, as Lorquette missed it, gets it back, second chance. It's good to go for 2 for Malik Lorquette.
That's Malik's MO. If he doesn't hit it the first time, he's going to grab that rebound and get it again.
Max Lee this season averaging just 3.8 points per game. Last season averaged just under 9. So looking to get back on track in the scoring column for number 32. That's the top scorer on the team. Jalen Williams puts up the mid-range shot and connects. Oliver Rodriguez off to Zayas. And it goes to McKenzie around the perimeter. McKenzie working on Williams on the right wing. Crossover. Takes it for the mid-range jumper. Off the back rim and the rebound with a huge save right there by Tommy Burris. Flings it right over to Lorquette. Rodriguez. Nifty. Scores. And one coming up by Mariano Oliver Rodriguez.
What a sequence from the Beacons. Tommy Burris with an around the back, around the world, no-look pass. Gets it right to Malik Lorquette, and he sets up Mariano Olivier Rodriguez, for the layup and the point.
Big-time sequence right there by the Beacons as they'll go to the free throw line to see if they can complete a 3-point play. Strong start for UMass Boston as they were projected to finish 6th place in the Little East Conference preseason poll. Eastern Connecticut State projected to finish 2nd, but what a statement start here for the Beacons, up by 13, and Williams had it stripped. They'll keep possession, though, for Eastern.
Yeah, this is a huge start for the Beacons. They want to keep this rolling throughout the game, but this opening period is a very promising look.
Deep 2 jumper, that's good for Rakesh Tebi. First time on the board today for number 25, the senior from East Hartford, Connecticut. Zayas hands it off to McKenzie. Around the perimeter, Oliver Rodriguez, handoff Zayas. Zayas off the crossover, keeps it alive. Oliver Rodriguez out to Lorquette at the corner. Calling for it at the opposite corner's Burris, but Lorquette gets called in the offensive foul. So he clips down Rakesh Tibby.
Got to do what you can when you're defending Malik Lorquette. He's a powerful presence in the paint, and little exaggeration on that one. Worked well for him.
Lorquette with a double-double the last time that these two teams met up back on February 22nd of 2022, 18 and 11. Jalen Williams for Eastern Connecticut State had 20, the top scorer for East Con. Max Lee recording a double-double the last time that these two teams met up at 10 points, 12 rebounds. Lee kicks it out to the corner, catch and fire three. Woods off the rim, tipped off the glass, so it'll be over the back called on Jalen Williams.
The verticality is so impressive from Jalen Williams, but that time a little over-aggressive. Got himself a foul and a turnover, but he flies through the air. He is really an impressive athlete.
Jalen Williams, quite a rising basketball name as of late. Two of the first-year players in the Oklahoma City Thunder both have the same name. One of them, Jaylin. The other one, the same exact spelling as Jalen Williams, Jalen. It's a very common basketball name.
Jalen's got to be the best name for a basketball player. First person ever named Jalen was Jalen Rose, and after him, it seems like everybody named Jalen as a hooper ever since then.
We have a timeout taken on the floor, 7:37 left to go in the first half, 27-16, UMass Boston up by double digits still, as we'll take a break here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Six separate scores so far for the Beacons, providing their balance as they lead 27-16 in the conference opener against Eastern Connecticut State here at home.
East Con cutting the lead a little bit, but still a healthy 11-point lead for the Beacons. And this is a bit of a surprise. You know, East Con is a good team, better than their record. We mentioned that earlier, but UMass Boston looking hot coming out of the gate.
Inbound underneath their hoop for UMass Boston as we come out of timeout. 7:37 left to go. Bobby Joy back onto the floor. And he'll get called into travel.
Couldn't keep his foot in place. A rare turnover for Bobby Joy.
Shooting percentage has been off the chains in this game right now for UMass Boston, shooting around 48% from the floor. Their defense holding East Con to around 26% currently. Woods gives it over to Williams. Cross court to Thomas Close. Woods attacks, floats it up, and it goes out of bounds. Great defense by Tommy Burris to stay along with Tyrese Woods. Max Lee will inbound it. Lets it sail to Jalen Williams. Williams gets it back, shot clock winding down.
Short shot clock.
Puts up a prayer. Could not hit the rim, shot clock violation by Jalen Williams.
And the Warriors are just making mistakes that they don't usually do. The Beacons defense is really getting in their face, getting in their way, causing some problems that they're not used to experiencing.
Joy moves it out to his left to Ikalua. Made a key three earlier in this game. Attacks the paint this time. He gets the buckets.
A nice move. Stopping, turning, putting it in. Ikalua, a big factor here early.
7 points, top scorer by Alua. 6 each by Zayas and McKenzie. 5 by Oliver Rodriguez. Lorquette with 4, but impacting the game in a big way with 3 rebounds and 3 blocks as well.
And a loud strip there gets back into the hands of Xavier McKenzie.
McKenzie defended on the outside by Close. McKenzie through a double team, lost it, stolen away by Williams. Williams pushing tempo. Floats it up, he goes down, and he's down hard. They'll keep on going right now as Williams is down, and now the officials will stop time. That is crushing for Eastern Connecticut. Jalen Williams, the top scorer this season, averaging above 20 points per game. As we will take a timeout from action. 29-16 UMass Boston with 5:54 left to go.
The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town. UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
And welcome back inside the Clark Athletic Center in the campus of UMass Boston. The Beacons lead 29-16 with 5:54 left to go in the first half. Zayas, a nice pass to a backdoor cut underneath, and they couldn't get the bucket though with Ikalua.
I like the play. I like the patience from Bobby Joy to not rush a layup. He knew he was out of position. A nice little pass to Ikalua, and Ike just, a little bit off on the spacing there.
Benjamin Toussaint now in the game number 4 as he'll get more playing time right now. Devastating loss as Jalen Williams, the top scorer for EastCon, went down before the timeout due to injury. Currently on the bench. Joy moves it out to the top. Up fake, 3 straight away. Missed rim short by Oliver Rodriguez with a rebound controlled by Lee. 5 minutes left to go before halftime. It's UMass Boston up 29-16, and the bucket's good inside a low post by Rakesh Tibby.
I like that move by Tibby. He used the spacing, avoided the potential block, and got it right up into the rim.
Zayas moves it on top to Burris. Over to Zayas once again with 4:40 in the clock. Attacks the paint, kick out to the corner. Joy driving, floats up the runner, hit rim short, and the rebound controlled by Tibby. Toussaint moves it back around the perimeter for EastCon with around 4:20 left to go in the first. 29-18, Beacons holding on to an 11-point lead. Corner 3. Missing off the back rim by Max Lee with a rebound controlled by Ikalua. Alua 1 week ago with a season-high 11 points against Leslie, playing 17 minutes. Alua saves the pass, but into the hands of Lee.
You don't want to put yourself into a position where you have to make that pass. Another
Close,
turnover for the Beaks.
out to Toussaint, who takes a 3. Swoosh.
And now the momentum swinging a little bit over to the Warriors, and the Beacons taking a break because they don't like what they see, getting a little taste of their own medicine with this fast pace of play.
Timeout taken on the floor by Jason Harris now of UMass Boston as EastCon has cut the Beacons lead to single digits for the first time in a while in this game. It's 29-21 as we'll take a timeout.
moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, so, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity. There's a lot of people. Here, there is a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the
And welcome back inside the Clark Athletic Center on the campus of UMass Boston. The Beacons lead now has been cut to 8.
I play volleyball.
Yeah.
She plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success.
Influence the Beacons to take a
So
timeout.
each
They
major
don't
has
want to lose that momentum that they've had fully early on in the game. So we'll
The
see what they do on this
29-21,
possession.
we get back to action. UMass Boston will take it up the floor. Xavier McKenzie. Around the perimeter, back to McKenzie, having a strong first season from Lowell, Massachusetts, averaging above 14 points per game, 18-footer straight away. Missed around the rim, tipped up, and the rebound controlled by Max Lee of East Con. Loose ball in the corner as Lorquette tried to get it, but was out of bounds, so it will stay Warriors basketball.
Shifty move by Lorquette there, but couldn't quite save it, get it back in bounds.
Just like the women's team, UMass Boston with their 3 victories against opponents who only have a combined record of 3-20. The 2 losses coming against opponents with a combined record of 8-4. Loose ball kept alive by the Warriors. This has just been a statement start here because East Con has played an extremely tough schedule. 2 opponents that they lost to in the rankings. Nichols receiving votes at 46. Oswego State they lost to, which is ranked at number 12. Beacons by 8. They're going to slow down the basketball.
So they don't need to rush anything. They've got a good lead going, under 3 minutes to play. They don't want to do anything that's going to cause a big swing in momentum.
Zayas defended by Lee on the outside.
They'll be working to just preserve this 8-point lead here.
Oliver Rodriguez over to McKenzie. Zayas floats it up, gets the bucket. Emmanuel Zayas floats up the runner, able to score with 2:20 remaining before halftime. Dow, defended by Joy on the outside, gives it over to Toussaint. Inside the key, puts up the shot, missed. Second chance, that's good off the putback by Rakesh Tebi. So once again, they'll use clock for UMass Boston with under 1:50 left to go before halftime. Trying to show their patience here. Malik Lorquette, top player of the season, averaging a double-double, but his pass swung out too wide off the fingertips of Oliver Rodriguez and out of bounds. Really good sign to see for UMass Boston in this game that they've gotten other players involved that's having a great first half. Malik Lorquette, the top scorer this season, he's only got 4 in the final minute and a half before halftime. Ika Lua leads the way with 7, 6 by Zayas. And a travel violation called by Rakesh Tibi.
Beacons here will look to eat up some of this shot clock before they get it off. Just over a minute to play here.
Lorquette, power move right to the hoop, he scores. Right past Tibi, drawing a double team, scores backdoor. Tyrese Woods, mid-range jumper, missed off the mark. Strong rebound with the right hand, snagged by Zayas.
No rush here, the lead up to 10. They want to take this big lead into halftime, so they're not going to rush a shot they don't want.
Lorquette driving down the lane. There's another bucket as he slips past Tibby once again to the cup.
He has been dominant. Malik Lorquette, we're used to seeing him score a lot of points, and he's doing it here today. He is putting up quite a few buckets and taking care of business with rebounds and blocks as well.
4 straight points in a row. Strong entering halftime as he's now the top scorer for UMass Boston with 8 points. Kick out to the corner. 3 on its way to Sant. Missed as it skipped around the rim. And the
this
Beacons
is the perfect sequence for the Beacons. They haven't let up points in over a minute, and they have been putting up buckets for themselves. And now they don't need to rush a shot. They can let it wind down. Under 4 here.
Step back, miss short. As we close out going to halftime, it's 35-23, UMass Boston by 12. What a start for the Beacons.
Absolutely. Not the shot they wanted to end the half, but that's quite all right. They're up by 12. They will easily take that into the half. The key is going to be keeping up this pace of play going into the second half.
Points in the paint been the key to success for UMass Boston in that first half, as they have been dominant inside the low post, outscoring EastCon 22-8 right now in points in the paint in the first half. Shooting percentage has been telltale of this matchup, as UMass Boston shooting 47% from the floor, holding the Warriors to just 8 for 32 at 25% currently. Both of the teams with 32 attempted shots. UMass Boston connecting on 15 shots, EastCon connecting on 8. As we head into halftime here, 35-23 the score. As we'll go to a commercial break, we'll be back in a couple minutes here inside the Clark Athletic Center on the campus of UMass Boston. 35-23, Beacons up by 12 at the half.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact, not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like that place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris, the subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
The University of Massachusetts, Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins, not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
(35-23), UMass Boston leading at halftime against Eastern Connecticut State. In the first matchup of the season between these two programs, first matchup of Little East Conference play, as we take a look at the statistics here of the first half for these two teams at halftime. UMass Boston with a strong start from the floor shooting, just under 47% field goal shooting percentage right now, holding EastCon to a field goal shooting percentage of 25% in the first half. 3-point shooting, UMass Boston with a couple big threes early in the first half, currently shooting 33.3% from the perimeter, holding the Warriors just 18.2% from the outside. Eastern Connecticut State, though, getting a good chunk of points at the charity stripe, 71.4% at the free throw line. UMass Boston struggling at the charity stripe at just under 29% right now. Rebounds +1 in the glass for UMass Boston, 21-20. Assists +4 for the Beacon, 7-3. And 6 turnovers by UMass Boston, 5 by EastCon in the first half. One of the keys that stuck out here in the first half has to be points in the paint. That's where UMass Boston has a +14 advantage, currently 22-8. Taking the ball right to the rim, it's been a go-to factor. And getting other scores involved. They got 9 points off turnovers. Off of those 5 turnovers, 9-3 points off turnovers, the favor for UMass Boston, leading that column as well. But multiple scores for the Beacons. They have 6 separate scores in the game. 5 of those players scoring at least 5 points. Malik Lorquette has 8 points for the top scorer of the season. Emmanuel Zayas is 8 as well. 7 by Ike Lua. So he made a big 3 in the first half. 6 points by Xavier McKenzie. And 5 by Mariano Oliver Rodriguez to lead the way for UMass Boston.
I think a key for the Beacons is that they've been able to spread out the scoring. They're not just relying on Malik, although Malik is the leading scorer, the leading rebounder. He does it all for him, and he's done it all for him for years. They're not leaning on him. They wouldn't be lost without him, basically. Xavier McKenzie is getting buckets. What's his full name? I keep forgetting his full name. Mariano Oliver Rodriguez is getting points as well, and Bobby Joy is a threat to put the ball in the basket anytime he gets the ball, as well as Ike Lua has had a big first half as well. So they're spreading the ball out nicely. They're getting shots going in from all sides of the court and from the bench as well, which is huge.
Eastern Connecticut State right now, they're trying to find their go-to scorer in this game. Their top scorer, Jalen Williams, was injured past the midway portion of the first half for Jalen Williams. He had really struggled in the first half, just 1 for 9 shooting in 13 minutes. It's Rakesh Tibby who's the leading scorer with 6 points for the forward. He has played 13 minutes in the game. Quentin Lott has 5, all 5 points coming at the free throw line by Lott. And then 3 each by Lee Toussaint Woods, or Lee and Toussaint with 3, and then Woods has 2, same as Dominic Dow right now for Eastern Connecticut State. We take a look at the Little East Conference scoreboard. Games going on today in men's college basketball. Tufts pulling out a victory against UMass Dartmouth, non-conference game, 90-77. That's a really good Tufts team that UMass Dartmouth took on. Tufts strong in multiple sports with their athletics program. Keene State ranked inside the top 25 this week as they get their Little East Conference opening victory over Southern Maine, 83-70 for Keene State. In action currently, WestCon on the road at Plymouth State, and tipping off basically right now is Rhode Island College on the road at Castleton. So we have under 2 minutes before we get back to action. Strong start here for UMass Boston, 35-23. As we'll go to a quick commercial break, and then coming up, start the second half here at the Clark Athletic Center.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris, the subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
The University of Massachusetts Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country.
And welcome back inside the Clark Athletic Center, home of the UMass Boston Beacons, as UMass Boston enters the second half. Up by 12 against Eastern Connecticut State in the Little East Conference season opener. 35-23, Beacons lead. EastCon gets the ball as we start off half number 2. Left to right on the floor for the Warriors. Dark blue uniforms, white numbers, white letters. Max Lee hands it off to Tyrese Woods. Drives baseline, bounce pass to the corner. Benjamin Toussaint scores in the layup.
And a good contest from Malik Lorquette. It's hard to get past that, but Benjamin Toussaint went right to the rim and got it past him.
Great start for the Beacons in the first half. Went up by 12 at halftime from a very young UMass Boston team that they have this season. 11 out of 16 players in the roster are either sophomores or first-year players. 6 first-year players, 5 sophomores. Catching fire 3 in the left corner. Missed off the mark by Burris with a rebound. Controlled by Lott. Upper class roster for EastCon as they have 10 out of 16 players, either juniors or seniors, 7 seniors in the team and 3 juniors.
Yeah, a few young players showing out for the Beacons. Freshman Xavier McKenzie, second-year player Ike Alua. Guys that are making a big impact, starters and bench players, to complement the older guys like Malik Lorquette.
Missed 3 by Dow. McKenzie comes up with the rebounds. McKenzie, a strong defensive player, second in the Little East, averaging 2.8 steals per game. He had 8 steals in the season opener against Bridgewater State. Bridgewater State perfect 6-0 entering this weekend. Lorquette with a right hand scores with an assist by Emmanuel Zayas. Quick bucket down in transition by Tyrese Woods for EastCon.
Fighting through another tough contest from Oliver Rodriguez there.
Zayas drives. Oh, nice up and under move. Gets to the drop. A right past Max Lee for 2. Emmanuel Zayas, usually known as the ball distributor on the team. He's up to double figures now with 10, same as Malik Lorquette, both with 10 points each. Jumper at the free throw circle. That drops by Dominic Dow.
These two teams trading shots back and forth. Neither of them seem to miss right now.
Both teams pushing tempo. Both teams getting shots to fall as of late. UMass Boston going to take their time this time. McKenzie on the outside, defended by Toussaint. Moves it out to the corner. Oliver Rodriguez over to Burris. Burris back in his way. Low post. He puts it up and through for 2.
That's that hook shot. That's what you want to see. You want to see a nice drive. Guy in between him and the basket. Doesn't matter. He's going over top.
Lott working on Lorquette and gets called in the travel.
Smart by Malik to not use too much contact, not get into him with the body. Let him make the mistake on his own and a turnover for the Eastern Connecticut Warriors.
Malik Lorquette, the Little East all-defensive team selection from last season. Makes an impact on multiple ways on the floor, offensively and defensively. So we will have a foul here. It's going to be away from the basketball, charged to number 12, Quentin Lott of EastCon. The clock will stop with 17:02. Zayas inbounds it to Lorquette. Crossover, Larquette to the corner. Pass gets picked up by Oliver Rodriguez. 3, launch from the outside. Missed off the rim. Rebound gets tipped over to Zayas, though, for a second chance opportunity. Burris to Zayas in the corner. Zayas will slow it down. Now drives right past Lee. Dumps it down low. Larquette couldn't finish. And the rebound gets hauled down by Quinton Lott. Baseline drive, Tyrese Woods. Now into the key, gets bumped and fouled. The foul will be assessed to Mariano Oliver Rodriguez.
Again, both teams looking great coming out of half. We had a high-scoring first half, but even more efficient on both ends for both teams, putting buckets in. Beacons doing a good job of holding on to that 12-point lead that they came into the second half with.
Law off the inbound, pro hop over Larquette. Count the bucket in the foul. Larquette cannot believe the call as Eastern Connecticut State draws win in 10.
21 thought he had a clean contest on that one. The refs did not like it and blew the whistle. Both coaches having conversations with referees right now.
Quinton Lott will make his 4th trip to the free throw line today. He is 5 for 6 at the charity stripe. Missed the free throw, though, off the back rim with the rebound controlled by Larquette. Pick set by Larquette. Zayas sends it over to McKenzie. Back outside to Zayas. 16 minutes left to go. McKenzie at the top. 8 on the shot clock. McKenzie drives, floats up the runner, missed. Another offensive rebound by Oliver Rodriguez. Open 3 from the corner. That's good.
Xavier McKenzie.
McKenzie lets it rain for the triple. Beacons go up by 13.
Second chance points are huge for the Beacons right now. They can't miss an offensive rebound, and they are finding those second chance buckets easily against this EastCon defense.
Strong drive, banking it home, up and in off the backboard. It's Tyrese Woods for 2. Zayas, defended by Lee on the outside. Switch now towards his right as he is guarded by Benjamin Toussaint. Drives on Toussaint with the right hand. Scoop score up and in off the backboard.
Manny Zayas with a floater. Slipping past the backboard and putting it up. A nice little layup. Pushes that lead back to 13.
There'll be a reach and fall charge to Mariano Oliver Rodriguez. Off the dribble defending Tyrese Woods. We'll take the first time out here in the second half. 15:01 left to go. Efficient start here for the Beacons as they lead up by 13, 46-33. We'll be back in a few moments on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teacher.
Incredibly efficient start here for UMass Boston as we welcome you back from the timeout. They lead 46-33 in the conference season opener against Eastern Connecticut State here at the Clark Athletic Center. Second half, UMass Boston connecting on over 55% of their shots here in the second half.
As efficient as they were in the first half, they're looking even better in the second half, even more efficient.
EastCon looking for an answer, missed off the back rim by Tyrese Woods.
Big board from Tommy Burris there.
Beacons will use time to their advantage right now past midcourt with Emmanuel Zayas. Oliver Rodriguez, Zayas has it again. Burris off to Zayas on the outside, 12 on the shot clock. Zayas swings it out to the corner. Pro hop into the key, got it blocked. As Quinton Lott comes up with the basketball in the corner, denying Mariano Oliver Rodriguez. Dow at the free throw circle. Out to Lee, drives baseline, goes back door, scores up and in off the backboard.
Nice little move by the leading assist man, Max Lee there, finding the behind the backboard, finding the rim around front.
Zayas will slow it down. Under 14 minutes left to go. Zayas, kick out to the corner. Open three, Oliver Rodriguez, swoosh.
A big triple for Mariano Oliver Rodriguez there. He is having a great game, finding himself on the offensive possession, having the ball almost every single time.
Career high 11 points, 3 for 6 from the perimeter against Colby Sawyer back on November 22nd. Scoring is starting to pick up. That's a bucket inside the low post by Quinton Lott, the senior from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Beacons up by 12. They will keep on slowing down the basketball. Zayas dribbles inside. Back to the perimeter. It goes to McKenzie. Pick set by Donaldson. McKenzie. Jumper. He connects on it. 15-footer. Gets it down for the first-year player from Lowell, Massachusetts. Averaging above 14 this season for Xavier McKenzie.
Xavier McKenzie finding that mid-range jumper beautifully. He knows exactly what shot he wants to have.
Blocking foul by the Beacons. This will send Quinton Lott to the free throw line to shoot 2. Great pivot move by Lott down at the low block. Lott's been no stranger today at the free throw line. Has been there frequently throughout the course of this game. Five for 7 today at the charity stripe for Quinton Lott. First one, right down the middle. Substitutions now for UMass Boston. Bobby Joy back into the game for the 6th man from the bench. Ike Alua having a strong game today, comes back out onto the floor. Alua with 7 points from the bench. Second free throw is good by Quinton Lott. .12 lead for UMass Boston. They entered at halftime. They were up by 12, 35-23. Bobby Joy moves it over to Zayas, off to McKenzie. Now they'll work their way inside. Missing it, too tall off the glass by Alua. Looking for a pass to the cut, but a little bit too wide of the cutter, Chris Jones, as it goes out of bounds.
Getting a little bit too fancy with it, perhaps. Down 12, you want to execute the passes that you know are going to get there securely into the hands of the guy you're passing it to.
Zayas takes the 3 straight away. He hits it. Big time triple by Emmanuel Zayas, the sophomore from Hollywood, Florida.
Zayas is all over it today. The best passer on the team, looking like the best scorer from the perimeter today.
They're starting to feel it here from the perimeter in the second half.
Dow was not aware of the surroundings on that one.
Dow out of bounds with the basketball, trying to save it as he wasn't sure at first where the ball was. It was in the corner. What a start here from 3-point range, though, in the second half for the Beacons right now. Letting it rain triples. Starting to pull away because of it. 3 for 5 from downtown right now by UMass Boston as they have a 15-point lead up over Eastern Connecticut State with under 12 minutes left to go. 54-39 the scores. We'll be back in a few moments at the Clark Athletic Center. 54-39 as we welcome you back to action here at UMass Boston. Beacons with a strong game out in full commands as we have 11:57 left remaining. A little East Conference season opener. The Beacons looking to improve to 4-2 on the season as they are under 12 minutes away from doing so if they can keep on holding this lead. Eastern Connecticut State in danger of falling to 2-6 in the season as we come back from the timeout. Beacons by 15, and they have the basketball. Zayas drives off to Larquette inside a low post. Larquette puts it up, rolls around the rim, goes in for 2.
It's crazy to see a big man make that move in midair. He did a little double clutch. He's 6'5". We're used to seeing guards do that when they go up like that. And he changed direction in midair. A lovely little roll off the backboard. 12
points now by the top scorer this season, Malik Larquette, along with 6 rebounds, averaging a double-double on the season of 15 and 12. Rebound goes to Zayas. Zayas, the smallest player out on the floor at 5'7". Swings it over to McKenzie. McKenzie rises for the jumper. Halfway down, rattled out with a rebound controlled by Tibby. They have number 23 in the game for the first time today, Cade Ensinger, the junior from Deep River, Connecticut. Establishing position underneath the hoop and scoring, that's Rakesh Tibby, number 25. Zayas, looked like a little bit of miscommunication on the pass, looking for Bobby Joy as it goes out of bounds.
The mistakes have been there for the Beacons. They had more turnovers in the first half than Eastern did, but they're making up for it with big plays on the offensive end and good defense as well. Obviously, they want to clean up those mistakes as the season gets along, but you're going to have that a little bit early on, especially with a young team.
Once again, another bucket inside the low post. It is Rakesh Tibby, back-to-back baskets for EastCon. And the Beacons will talk things over now with a timeout taken on the floor by Jason Harris of UMass Boston. 56-43, UMass Boston up by 13 as we head to a timeout here. We'll be back in a few moments on the Beacons Broadcast Network. UMass Boston record of 3-2 on the season as we're almost midway through this second half. 10:18 left to go in half number 2. The Beacons strong on the defensive side of the ball. Their 3 victories this season, allowing opponents to 64 points or less in their wins over Salve Regina, Leslie University, and Riviere University. Their 2 losses, the defense has struggled, giving up 80 to Bridgewater State, or 82 against Bridgewater State, 80 against Colby Sawyer. And the 2 losses, as that is an air ball, it goes back to EastCon. Today, the defense coming in through, holding the Warriors here in this game to just 38% shooting. Bucket by EastCon, though, will cut it to 11.
UMass Boston doesn't need to rush anything on these possessions. They have a big lead. They have a little time on the clock. They can take their time. They don't need to rush passes or shots or anything like that.
Zayas drives, scores up and in off the backboard.
That was perfect patience from Manny Zayas. He took his time on the perimeter, looked to see who was open, found a lane to the hoop.
17 points for Emmanuel Zayas, way above his average at 8.4 this season. Top 5 in the Little East in assists per game. He's got 4 assists as well, having a strong game to open up conference play. Just 1 turnover by Zayas to 4 assists. He has the basketball right now. Passes to his right to Bobby Joy. Joy drives, swings it out to the wing. Oliver Rodriguez off to Alua. Backing his way on Lee. Fall away. Skipped around the rim and out. Rebound pulled down by Lee. Lee looking to push it. Chris Jones. Lee inside. Blocked. Big defense right there, but a program block leader, Malik Larquette.
Can't bring it around the rim when Malik Larquette is standing there.
Beacons once again will be patient. And they lost it that time. Second turnover of the game by Zayas. Lee comes out with a steal. Lee takes a 3. Missing off the rim shorts. Knocked out of bounds, and it will stay Warriors basketball. Great effort by Bobby Joy trying to come down with the basketball. Wasn't able to get to it, though. Offense really cooking in this game for UMass Boston, averaging around 75.8 points per game. EastCon struggling this season, averaging under 69 points per game for the Warriors. And when the defense has been able to come through, games have gone their way. That's how the 3 victories have been this season, allowing opponents to 64 points or less in those 3 wins. And right now they're on track for that once again, allowing 45 with 8 minutes left to go. Corner 3. That missing well short by Dominic Dow. Offensive rebound, puts it up and scores. Off the glass, 2 second chance points by Chris Jones, the junior from Coventry, Connecticut.
Not even Malik Larquette's long wingspan could contest that shot. Floated it right up and over into the basket.
Joy drives, lost it, but a reach and foul. Charge to the Warriors with the clock stopping with 7:34. Timeout taken on the floor as well. 58-47, UMass Boston up by 11 here as we will go to a timeout. And we'll be back in a few moments in the Beacons Broadcast Network.
King Soul.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a-lifetime kind.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, then I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
And welcome back inside the Clark Athletic Center in the campus of UMass Boston. The Beacons lead 58-47. 7:34 left to go in the second half. 3 players in double figures scoring for UMass Boston. Emmanuel Zayas leads the way with 17 points, 12 by Malik Larquette with 6 rebounds, 11 by Xavier McKenzie. Here's a 3 straight away. Grazes off the front rim by Bobby Joy. Came into the game 10 for 18 from 3. Larquette finishes it. Count it in the foul.
What a sequence. The freshman Xavier McKenzie going sky high to intercept a pass over top of an Eastern player, feeding it to Malik Larquette, and you know he's going to finish it once he gets it in the paint. That's what he does, and one.
A lot of great hustle by this young Beacon squad today. Going up an experienced Eastern squad, and UMass Boston with 11 underclass players, sophomores. They have 6 first-year players out of the 16 total, and not backing down from the challenge, up by 14 with a team with 7 seniors and 3 juniors for Eastern Connecticut. Rebound hauled in by Tommy Burse. 7 minutes left to go. McKenzie on the outside. Puts the ball into the hands of Joy. Joy looking to score, still yet to be on the scoreboard. An extremely efficient shooter this season. Step back jumper from the corner. Missed around the rim by Oliver Rodriguez with a foul call. Picked up by the Beacons as well. So that'll be on Tommy Burris as he is charged with his 3rd personal foul. (61-47), Beacons by 14 with 6:40 left to go. Dominic Dow, spin move, in the key, jumper, mid-range, connects on it.
That was a sweet little move by Dominic Dow. That was a spin move into a jump shot, mid-range jumper, very true.
He's the player to get the threes going this season, 40% from three-point range, which is tied for 6th in the conference, but Eastern Connecticut State hasn't really been able to get the threes to drop in this game today. Missed by the Beacons. Dow with the rebounds. Dow with a career high 21, making 4 threes against Springfield back on November 16th. Inside a low post, there is Rakesh Tibby for the bucket. So the Warriors right now making it interesting. 10-point lead by UMass Boston with under 6 minutes left to go. 61-51 Beacons.
Under 6, it's a matter of not trying to get too fancy, not trying to have too much fun, trying to preserve this lead a little bit. 10 is a lot to work with. They don't want it to dwindle away quickly.
Zayas drives, kick to the corner, 3 on its way. Missed off the back rim by Burris with a rebound controlled by Tibby. Dow shovels it over to Tibby, now into the hands of Ensinger. Dribble handoff Woods. Woods puts it up, low block. He scores around the rim and in. This game really getting interesting right now. 61-53. 5:16 left. Last 5 games have been determined by single digits. EastCon in the all-time series been dominant. But in the last 5, UMass Boston picking up 3 victories in the last 5 games against EastCon. Catch and fire 3 at the wing. McKenzie comes up short. Battle for the rebound, and we're going to have a loose ball fall picked up on the floor here.
A lot of contact on that one.
So it looks like it's going to be a push by Eastern Connecticut. Great effort there by the smallest player out on the floor, Emmanuel Zayas, 5'7", tracking down that basketball. 61-53, UMass Boston with 5:03 left to go. Lorquette at the baseline. Moves it out to Bobby Joy. 3, Burris. Hits rim short. They were dropping threes earlier in the half, but struggling as of late. Second chance opportunities, though. That's why the Beacons have been able to control this game. Chances like these to run down more clock. Bobby Joy lobs it over to Lorquette. Forces a double team. Kick out to the wing. 3 on its way. And it missed.
Looked online just a bit long for Xavier McKenzie.
Tyrese Woods out to the corner. Baseline dribble. And missed the pass. Looking to go cross court there with Chris Jones. Wasn't able to track it down. It will go back to UMass Boston.
It went through the hands of just about every player on the court on its way out of bounds. Another turnover for Easton.
61-53, Beacons up by 8 with 4:15 remaining. UMass Boston looking to put this in the W column to improve in the season. Currently 3-2 overall. Eastern Connecticut State at 2-5 overall. EastCon projected 2nd in the conference, though, in the preseason. UMass Boston projected 6th. As we have a foul, and this will send McKenzie to shoot 2 at the free throw line. Timeout taken on the floor as well before the free throws come up by McKenzie. We'll take the timeout out on the court here. 61-53, UMass Boston up over Eastern Connecticut State with 3:56 left to go, as we'll be back in a few moments on the Beacons Broadcast Network. And welcome back inside the Clark Athletic Center in the campus of UMass Boston. Sal Lopez alongside Max Clifford today on the call on the Beacons Broadcast Network. UMass Boston up by 8, 61-53 with under 4 minutes left to go. Upcoming schedule for the Beacons is they'll be on the road on Tuesday in Danbury, Connecticut, 7 p.m., taking on Western Connecticut State. WestCon entered today with a record of 4-0. They scrimmage Division I George Washington University in the preseason, lost 78-61. Not a bad loss by 17 points to a D1 program that plays in the Atlantic 10. Thursday night for the Beacons, they're on the road at Milton, Massachusetts at Curry College, 6 p.m. Curry with a record of 1-5 in the season. Second free throw is good by McKenzie. Next home game next Saturday, 3 p.m., hosting Eastern Nazarene College, a record of 3-3. 10-point lead with the two made free throws by McKenzie. Corner three, missed off the mark by Woods. Ensinger down the far side, stolen away. Great hustle by McKenzie, trying to take it to the rim. Missed it, put back, chance, no good. Around the rim and out by Oliver Rodriguez, another chance though. Lorquette.
We get second chance points. That was third and fourth chance points. And now the Beacons with another chance. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. They need something here.
Rises for the jumper, Zayas. Skipped around the rim and out with EastCon pulling down the rebounds. Dow with a three. Just not their game from three today for EastCon. Lorquette with a big rebound. The Warriors really struggling from the perimeter in this game. Just 11.8% from the outside. 2 for 17 from three-point range. Lucky bounce goes into the hands of Bobby Joy. Corner three missing short by Oliver Rodriguez. Lorquette, no good. Tip to the near side out of bounds, and it will be EastCon basketball. Eastern Connecticut State looking to get back on the right track. They're on the road on Wednesday. Second conference game of the season at UMass Dartmouth. UMass Dartmouth, young team themselves in the rebuilding season. 7 first-year players. They have a record of 1-4 for the Corsairs. Next home game for EastCon next Saturday, 3 p.m., hosting Plymouth State. Plymouth State out to a strong start at 6-2. Missing at the rim for the Warriors. Tipped over, though. They'll get the rebounds as they will take a three and drill it. So now it's a 7-point game off the second chance points. There's a three.
Looked like an intentional foul there for Eastern. Want to put the Beacons on the line and get some more possessions down late because they're only cut the lead to 7 now.
Bobby Joy will be the inbound passer at midcourt. We'll have a timeout first, taken though on the floor by Bill Geithner of Eastern Connecticut State. 2:11 left to go. UMass Boston trying to hold on to pick up the victory in their first conference win of the season if they're able to get the victory here. 63-56. We go to the timeout. We'll be back in a few moments at the Clark Athletic Center.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make change. I'm one person.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about
Perimeter shooting been a big difference maker in this game. UMass Boston came out firing from three in the early stage here, the second half. Their first 5 attempts, they connected on 3. They're just 6 of 22 from the perimeter, but They're doubling EastCon in three-point makes. Eastern Connecticut State really struggling from the outside. 3 for 19 today from the perimeter. Now UMass Boston in the bonus, as it will send Xavier McKenzie here to the free throw line. 1-and-1 bonus for the Beacons. And missed the free throw, but gets the rebound back, tipped to him.
Offensive rebounds continue to be huge for the Beacons. They are up big in offensive rebounds today.
13th offensive board of the game for UMass Boston. And the pass gets thrown away. We haven't seen too many mistakes today by the point guard, Emmanuel Zayas, but swings it too tall over the head of Mariano Oliver Rodriguez, and it sails out of bounds. For EastCon, looking for a sense of urgency right now in the game to make this even closer. Corner three. Missing off the mark, tipped up, and the rebound secured by McKenzie.
Xavier McKenzie with the bounce. Comes on in, flies in to grab that rebound. It's impressive to watch him grab boards.
Chris Jones reaches into McKenzie in the backcourt. McKenzie will head back to the charity stripes, shoot two. McKenzie missed the last free throw in the bonus. Once again, 1-and-1 bonus. Team foul number 8 of the second half for Eastern Connecticut State. McKenzie strong at the free throw line this season at just above 79%. First one here is a make.
And if they can stay consistent at the free throw line, they can extend this lead to insurmountable for the Warriors. It's up to 8 right now, but they'd love to keep it going. They know the Eastern's going to keep fouling. So
second one's good.
Eastern playing fast now. They need points.
Jumper at the low block. That will go around and in. So it's a 7-point game.
Want to keep the ball in the hands of your shooters. Yep. Knew that was
McKenzie
coming.
back to the free throw line once again. Team foul number 9 by Eastern Connecticut State in the second half. Able to draw that foul in the backcourt. It was once again picked up by Chris Jones, number 24. First one is good.
Now Beacon's playing a little prevent defense, 3 players deep, just Malik Larquette and the shooter on the other end.
Second one good as well by McKenzie. Under a minute 20 left to go.
Leads back to 9.
Runner by Dow, too strong, tipped up, and the rebound controlled by Burris.
Yep.
Now
Gets
time's
the
ticking off the
shooter.
clock. Still yet to foul for Eastern Connecticut State as we're down to the final minute. McKenzie with 15 on the shot clock. Dangerous pass towards midcourt. Burris sends it back to McKenzie. McKenzie lost the dribble, turns it over as it goes to the backcourt. He had contact here, and this will be Warriors basketball. Tyrese Woods, 45 seconds, launching a deep three. Missing off the rim with Zayas controlling the defensive rebounds.
And that might just about do it here. Beacon's leading the game by 9. Eastern going to choose not to foul, it appears, with just 30 seconds left to play.
What a game by Emmanuel Zayas, 17 points. That is a new career high today. 3 at the wing. Joy missing off the back rim. Tipped over to Zayas. Shot clock turned off. And UMass Boston
This was a big statement win from UMass Boston, proving that they can hang with the teams in their conference and keep this hot streak rolling. Clock hits 0. That's a 9-point victory for the Beaks. I think they'll take that.
67-58, UMass Boston with a statement win to open up Little East Conference play over Eastern Connecticut State. In today's conference opener, Emmanuel Zayas leading the way, 17 points, 17 by Xavier McKenzie, as he made 6 of 7 free throws. Down the stretch, critical free throws made at the charity stripe. Malik Lorquette finishes with 15 points and 8 rebounds, along with 4 blocks for the program leader in total blocks for Lorquette. For the Warriors, they had 2 players in double figures for EastCon. Rakesh Tibby, 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 points by Quentin Lutz. So 67-58, the final score here at the Clark Athletic Center in the campus of UMass Boston. We'll go to break for a couple minutes, and then we'll be back for the final statistics rundown in a few moments here at the Clark Athletic Center.
School, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student that walks through the door.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III. I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he should have had that. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town, UMass Boston. Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity. There's a lot of people. Here there is a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters. I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. Also, each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, where it's so much better to have like an advisor helping you out, like telling you which classes to choose.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact, not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like the place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people, it certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
UMass Boston with a big victory today, 67-58 over Eastern Connecticut State in the conference season opener for Little East Conference play. We take a look at the final statistics of today's matchup. UMass Boston shooting the ball around 2% greater than East Con in the matchup at 40%. Warriors at 38.1%. Three-point range, both of the teams at 26.1% from the perimeter. Eastern Connecticut State with the edge at the free throw line, plus 10%. They were 70-60, plus 3 in the glass for UMass Boston. And assists led by 1 by East Con, 14-13. Total turnovers, 9 by UMass Boston, 10 by Eastern Connecticut State. As what has jumped out in this game was that it was a strong start for UMass Boston. Points off the fast break that they had and multiple offensive rebounds that they had. They had 14 total offensive rebounds for UMass Boston, leading to multiple second chance points opportunities in this game for the Beacons today. We take a look at the top players in this matchup as both Emmanuel Zayas and Xavier McKenzie with 17 points each leading the way for UMass Boston. Malik Lorquette finished with 15 points, 8 rebounds. Zayas also had 4 assists leading the team, and then 3 players had 1 steal each. For the Beacons, Lorquette also with 4 blocks with a big game defensively. For East Con, it was Rakesh Tibby with 12 points, the top scorer, and then 11 by Quinton Lott. Rebounds were 7 each by Lott and Tibby. Dominic Dow with 3 assists, same as Max Lee, the point guard. Lee finished with 2 steals, and Lott and Jalen Williams both with 1 block in the game for Eastern Connecticut State. We wrap up here today. Big victory to start off conference play for UMass Boston, 77-58, the final score. Sal Lopez on the broadcast alongside Max Clifford. We thank you so much for joining in. Thank you to our production team here alongside with us at the Beacons Broadcast Network as we wrap up. UMass Boston winners in the conference opener at home here at the Clark Athletic Center, 67-58, the final score over Eastern Connecticut State. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. Signing off.
Roll Beaks.